This massive Etsy change impacted sellers forever, was a giant topic of conversation, as well as frustrated thousands, if not millions, of Etsy sellers. And I predicted it over 3 years ago. This is what I think is coming next. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dave. If you're new here, go ahead and hit subscribe. I do new videos all the time on Etsy and e-commerce success. Shout out to everybody grabbing free consultation calls in the description below, as well as grabbing the free Etsy ads cheat sheet. So let's jump right into the video. Over 3 years ago, I predicted the star seller rating. I know that's a large claim, but I promise you it's true. In my ebook, if you have been with me for a long time, in the Etsy shop reboot that I have sold, it was about 4 years ago I was selling it. I spoke of a specific term that an Etsy employee used in a closed Q&A session. Now, this term was citizen score. This was I wouldn't call it a leaked transcript, but it was shared with a small group of Etsy sellers / Etsy coaches. This was back when Etsy was a little bit more intimate with their community and less like corporate feeling. But I got this transcript. I wasn't in the group, but I got this from the coach, the Etsy coach that was my Etsy coach at the time. And it said that Etsy sellers and Etsy accounts have what is called a citizen score. Okay. And if you've been with me for a long time, maybe you have the Etsy shop reboot. I don't sell that ebook anymore, but the information that I talk about in that book is in the 6-figure seller course if you're interested in checking that out. But essentially what I said is that if you don't answer your messages on time, in a timely manner, you will see your views decrease. That's what I was saying in an ebook 3, 4, 5 years ago. Okay. And it was true. The example that I gave was that I said, go ahead and do an experiment in your Etsy store. Don't answer any messages for a week and see what happens to your views. I noticed this on a vacation. I was on a vacation. I was not answering messages as quickly as I normally do. Okay. I didn't go on vacation mode. I increased my processing time by 2 weeks. I highly recommend you never go on vacation mode if you can help it. Obviously, you don't want to be a slave to your Etsy store, but it's a business. It's a living, breathing organism. You don't want to put it to sleep if it's paying your mortgage, right? So you either need to have employees or virtual assistants or just increase your processing time. Anyway, side rant. That was a side rant. But I wasn't answering my messages as soon as I normally do, and I seen my views decrease. Then after that leaked transcript came out. Well, again, I wouldn't call it leaked. It was shared. It wasn't like secret or anything. I'm not claiming to have any secret sauce or anything, but it was shared with the smaller group of people. And this Etsy employee said there's a citizen score. So I took that information with the experience I had with going on vacation and not messaging people, and I applied that. I was telling my students, hey, you should definitely reply to your messages sooner. Otherwise, you will see your views decrease. And, time after time again, I got reports back from my students saying, yeah, you know what? I have noticed a big decrease in views if I stop messaging back. So that was before Star Seller. Okay. Way before Star Seller. But then eventually Star Seller came out. Now, why do I say this? Because I want to talk about what I'm predicting for the future of Etsy. Now, my predictions for the future of Etsy, I wouldn't call them like massively revelatory or anything, because I'm not going off of like some kind of secret transcript this time. I'm going based off of this, that Josh Silverman used to be high up at eBay, and he made a lot of eBay changes. And a lot of the things that you see eBay do, you've seen Amazon do first. We see that a lot of these platforms, well, the big three, Etsy, Amazon, eBay, some of the things they're not copying each other, but it's kind of like an evolution of these marketplace type websites. Okay. So that's why you see more views and more sales when you lower your processing time and you ship quicker on Etsy. That's one thing that isn't really talked about a lot is that if you have a 1 day processing time and you ship orders out next day, you will see your views go up. You will see your sales go up. That hasn't been like notarized or official, made official by Etsy like Star Seller has, but that's an absolute truth. If you can get your stuff out next day, you'll see views increase. Now, a large percentage of people aren't able to do that because they're print on demand. But if you're a handmade seller and you're making small things that can go out ASAP and you're full time, then I highly, highly recommend doing that. You will absolutely see an increase. I experienced that firsthand in my own store, my very first Etsy store. And when I was shipping out things next day, I seen views go way, way up and sales go way, way up. Why? Why am I mentioning all this? Because Etsy wants to model 2-day shipping. Well, it used to be 2-day, but Prime, Amazon Prime, the fast shipping, they want to make the customer happy. A lot of these predictions that you can see coming are based off of customer first mentality. And it's not harmful to be customer first mentality for a platform. It's only when customer first mentality becomes, at least for a corporate setting like Etsy, it becomes a seller last mentality. Buyer first is great and everything. Like if you want to think that way, which I mean, customer's always right, absolutely. But when it becomes seller is the seller is your doormat, that's a problem. Anyway, another side rant over. Here's my predictions. Okay, eBay has it, Amazon has it. It's only a matter of time before I believe Etsy has it, and that is live streams. Definitely, I believe is coming. Pinterest even has live now, and they don't let everybody join it. You have to apply, and then you never hear back. They're pretty much just giving it to beauty influencers and stuff right now. Pinterest Live might even be over. Last I checked, I don't watch Pinterest Live, so maybe it's over. I'm not sure, but Pinterest Live exists. Should exist still. Amazon Live is a thing. eBay Live is a thing. TikTok Shop, that is massively. They have lots of live streams where you can link your TikTok Shop product listing to your live stream. Okay, so yeah, Etsy is the last to the party. Etsy is the very last to the party here. Live streaming with products linked to it. I predict that it's going to come. Okay, sorry for being long-winded here, but stick with me. The next small Etsy change that I see coming, potentially. Now, I think Etsy definitely dropped the ball on this aspect, is the Explore feed with the short form videos. They released it only on iPhone, and it was just weird, right? When sellers posted, it would just, you wouldn't get immediate feedback. I think a lot of things happen. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but I think Etsy dropped the ball massively with not exploring that and developing that more, because short form content, even though it's like destroys our dopamine receptors and stuff, it's a huge aspect of the internet right now. Okay, so I think Etsy dropped the ball massively, but I think it's possible that they will in the future develop it further. Okay, so short form content on Etsy and live streams on Etsy is my prediction for the future. When is that going to happen? I am not sure, but I am calling it right now. So if it does happen, I can make another video and claim it. But again, if you look at what if you look at what Amazon and eBay has done in the past, you can, if it applies to Etsy, you can assume that it will likely be considered or done on Etsy as well. So it's not like massive revelations here, but I did want to make this video and tell you about it, and let me hear your thoughts in the comments. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a beautiful day.